If you're feeling tired, you're not alone. Studies has shown the average adult feels tired 3 days in a week. And 30 to 40% of the adults have trouble actually sleeping. The problem is not how much sleep we are getting, but the anxiety that we feel around our sleep caused by these myths that we believe in. When you feel scared and worried about your sleep, that is simply sleep anxiety. Like, oh my God, I do not have 8 hours of sleep and that will destroy my day because I will not be able to focus and contribute, and it will become a vicious cycle and I don't know what to do. That is simply just an example of anxiety. So after reading a couple of books related to sleep, I'd love to share with you the 7 main myths of sleep. Myth number 1, it does not matter when you sleep as long as you're sleeping enough. You see, it's just like the circadian rhythm. It's simply like an internal clock inside our body that tells us what we need when. For example, our pupil inside our eyes can expand or narrow depending on the environment around us, which will adjust our mood and our way of functioning of when do we get to sleep and when do we get to work. So for example, in the daylight, our pupil will adjust accordingly in order to be in that mood and have the energy to work. When it becomes a little bit dark and dim, it will change and adjust and will signal to the body and the circadian rhythm that, okay, now it's time to sleep. So when that rhythm gets interrupted due to changes in it or jet lag or stress, we do get to experience some difficulties. Our stress hormone, heart diseases, and our rate of illnesses will dramatically increase. 90% of night shift workers, according to study, have revealed they do not adapt to that lifestyle. Their bodies and brains do not adapt to that night shift. Therefore, it's a clear sign nighttime is not for work. There's a famous book called The Power of When, to know what is your chronotype so you can better manage your activities throughout the whole day. Myth number 2, everybody needs 8 hours of sleep. You see, healthy sleep range can range from like 6 to 10 hours, okay? But it's different from everybody else. So a better question could be, did I wake up with an alarm or without an alarm? If you did wake up without an alarm, then this simply means you did actually have a good sleep. Or you can check out your coffee drinking behavior. If you felt that throughout your day you needed coffee, then this means you did not sleep well. And if you did not drink a lot of coffee, then simply means you did sleep enough. Myth number 3, we should wake up the same time every single day. You see, it is good overall to have stability and do wake up at the same time every single day, but this will change throughout your life. Like the older you get, the more likely you will feel like for no reason you're gonna start sleeping earlier and waking up early. And that is why teenagers find it super hard to wake up early because they're too busy and they love nightlife. It is good to recognize it is a myth because sometimes you do get faced with parties or jet lags or things that is not ordinary in your daily routine, and you will be like, that is not a big deal. Because if you say, oh no, I interrupted my stability and I'm no longer stable, then you're already causing so much anxiety around your sleep patterns, which will increase that vicious cycle of sleep once again and increase the rate of illnesses and stress and so forth to you, which we don't want that. Myth number 4, you should avoid blue light before sleep. Blue light means light from your cell phone, from your TV, from your computer. This is also a myth according to research. Oh, by the way guys, hit the subscribe and like button if you haven't done yet in order to set your algorithm right and watch more of my weekly videos. And myth number 5, sleep applications help you sleep better. You see, none of these applications are FDA approved. And when you have these applications run and you get up the next day and you see your feedback that you did not sleep well, we're back to that vicious cycle of anxiety. You will mess up the natural flow of sleep and rhythm because of that anxiety. Myth number 6, Melatonin helps us sleep better. Most people take it after a flight or during a flight in order to avoid the jet lag. Like I personally took it in my last trip to Europe, Switzerland, and the amount of side effect was not worth it. It was, my head was feeling like it's gonna explode with headache. I have no clue why this happened. So after this experience, I was like, you know what? My day is ruined due to the headache. I am never gonna take melatonin ever again, even when flying. So it could help you in situations like that, but in everyday life, you don't really need melatonin to have a healthy sleeping pattern. Myth number 7, polyphasic sleep is good for your productivity. Polyphasic sleep simply is when you get to nap throughout your whole day, okay? So there are people who nap 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day, and they do have that belief that if they nap, they will increase their energy, have more focus and productivity. For example, like they do nap 20 minutes every 4 hours. Research shows that if you're in this polyphasic sleep, then the amount of quality of work that you do have is much less than if you are sleeping in one block. And the reason is because if you're in this state, then you are more exhausted. So that's why you have less focus and less energy. You might be doing more, but the quality of your work will be less. Also, this study has been applied to students, especially in their exam time, and they realized that the students who had polyphasic sleep, they did less good than those who did not have this sleep pattern due to the amount of focus and energy they had when it comes to their exams and results. So here you guys have it, the 7 myths to our sleep. Now, if you do find this video useful about sleep, do share some stories in the comment section of your sleep patterns so somebody else can actually benefit and learn from your own experience. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.